Will making changes to my gig affect its location in search? Does having the top rated seller badge bring in more valuable traffic to a gig? Is it true that Fiverr takes the buyer's side in disputes and cancellations? Today, we're going to be busting the top 15 myths about Fiverr.com. All of the questions and their answers in this video have come from employees at Fiverr, so you know these facts are all legit. We're going to be looking at rumours relating to gig search, Fiverr features, support, and Fiverr profile. You're going to want to stay till the end of this one because there is a lot of extremely useful information that will help you succeed on Fiverr without wasting your time on these rumours. Ah, that was a Fiverr notification. Did you hear it? Okay, it's time to put some of these myths to bed. Will making changes to my gig affect its location in search? Making changes to your gig is something that you will inevitably have to do if you want to grow on Fiverr. We can't be expected to create the perfect gig first time and then never touch it again. Making tweaks and improvements to your gig is vital if you want to develop as a freelancer. So this one is false. Making an edit to your gig won't directly change the gig location. However, some gigs in certain categories may need additional approval, like a video for example. So you may find your gig is temporarily disabled until approved. But that's about it. Does having the top rated seller badge bring more valuable traffic to a gig? I have to say, this one really surprised me. It's false. According to Fiverr, traffic is not determined by the seller level. There are a bunch of other performance and quality metrics that affect your traffic instead. However, buyer perception could heavily influence whether you get more clicks or orders. I can say that in my own case, that becoming top rated led to a great increase in orders and revenue, but that may have been due to a combination of different factors. I've seen level 2 sellers whose gigs rank much higher than mine and with more orders and reviews, so it's probably legit. Being a member of Seller Plus or leaving Seller Plus will impact gig ranking. This one, it's false. Being a Seller Plus member doesn't give your gigs any kind of specific promotion or position on the listing pages. Now this is a good time to remind you that Fiverr's gig rankings are based on an algorithm system, similar to how YouTube and Facebook is. The algorithm uses many data points to determine which gigs to display to a particular buyer depending on how likely that buyer is to buy. In the same way that YouTube suggests videos that you're most likely to watch. So the results that you see on Fiverr could be completely different to the results that other people see. So no, Seller Plus doesn't give you some hidden boost, and leaving the program won't suddenly make your gig derank either. However, the employees at Fiverr did say that Seller Plus provides you with the tools, valuable information, and insights on how to improve and grow your business better. Sellers in the program as a whole improve their earnings and their efficiency, so it does have an impact, but not directly via any specific gig promotion. If I only have one gig, will it perform better than having multiple gigs? Does having gigs within different categories look or perform badly? Now, I thought this one was obviously false, and oh look, I'm right. There's no correlation between having more gigs and having more traffic or sales to those gigs as a result of having multiple. But buyers tend to favour those sellers with multiple gigs because they can provide a multiple solution to buyers. If a buyer can get a script, voiceover, and animation all with the same seller, then that's an easy win for them. Offer well-optimised, high-quality, fully professional service gigs, regardless of the category. If you can provide that in multiple categories, then it's encouraged. I currently sell in at least 6 different categories, but they all link up in some way. Will using the same keyword over and over again increase impressions? This one's a bunch of cap. This is bad SEO 101 and is a total waste of keywords that you could be using. You should offer a variety of tags to cover a wide range of search terms based on the kind of buyer you want to target. This should lead you to think about your gig setup. Rather than just being a video spokesperson, how about targeting a specific kind of buyer? For me, I wanted to target people that buy YouTube videos. So I use keywords that someone who wants to buy YouTube videos would search for. Okay, so that's search and rankings out the way. Let's take a look at rumours around Fiverr's features. How does promoted gigs affect presence and ranking? This is a good question. It's not a myth, but we can learn something useful from this. When you promote your gig, it's all about getting more exposure to the marketplace. So if your organic gig is already ranked at the top of the page, it means that you'll get twice the exposure of the same gig in a single place. Because when you promote your gig, your organic listing doesn't get removed, but it gets a boost in visibility. Now, that was their answer at Fiverr, and I'll be honest, I'm still a little bit confused. Anyway, let's move on. Which promoted gig technique leads to the best results? Fiverr uses an algorithm to evaluate every buyer's potential conversion rate and the amount they are likely to actually spend. So based on this, promoted gigs sets your cost per click bid automatically. This means you should be using the auto cap feature when promoting your gigs for the best results. And that auto bid is determined by the likelihood of a buyer coming to your page and actually making an order. They even go on to say that setting a manual cap is a bad practice, as you will be missing out on a ton of promotion. So smack that auto cap button on your promoted gigs for the best results. Does Fiverr favour sellers with the notable clients, portfolio, or other profile features like skill test and skill list? No, but they do recommend using these tools to build trust with potential buyers. Buyers favour sellers who are engaged with Fiverr and demonstrate their skills and past experience on their profile. But this doesn't rank your gigs higher or provide better opportunities from Fiverr themselves. So whilst Fiverr claims that they don't provide any particular advantage to the sellers with these features, I do believe these profile features do have a large impact on the trust that you can develop with buyers, and so impact the amount and quality of orders you get. Okay, so now let's take a look at some myths surrounding Fiverr support. Is it true that Fiverr always takes the buyer's side in disputes and cancellations? Now, I've seen this one a lot, and ever since I started Fiverr, I saw this on YouTube comments, Reddit posts, forums, and I have to say, it's something that has painted Fiverr in a very negative light. However, Fiverr themselves confirm that this is indeed false. And I have to say, in my experience, I completely agree. The terms of service is designed to protect both buyers and sellers equally. The support team always tries to reach the best mutual solution for everyone. As long as the seller delivered the work as per the order requirements, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Will my gigs be deranked because of a warning I received? This one's actually true and also kind of false, but it does depend on the situation. Fiverr has quality standards to maintain to protect buyers and sellers on the platform. We prioritise keeping our community as safe as possible for everyone, which is why we have policies to ensure the quality standard and buyers and sellers' expectations are always upheld. At Fiverr, respect and professionalism are vital to creating a trustworthy marketplace, and therefore, Fiverr gives warning to those who violate the terms of service. A warning doesn't affect account activity, but could result in demotion, and in some more serious cases, a full ban on your account. So, play by the rules. Will using availability mode or limiting my orders in queue derank my gigs? Now, there are a ton of dividing opinions on this one, but it's actually both true and false. Using the vacation feature for more than 30 days could affect the exposure of your gig moving forward. Now that's mostly because of the competition. Your competition has had 30 days to gain more reviews and boost their own rankings, while you have done nothing to build your gig in this time. Now this is really important. I want to highlight that taking a vacation is seriously important. You cannot be sharp and provide your best work all of the time if you never take a chance to fully switch off and fully recover. Of course, whilst your account is on vacation mode, your gigs are no longer in the marketplace, and you could of course lose potential business. But I think it's more important to listen to your own personal needs. Sometimes taking time for our own valuable rest is far more important for business. This is a tool to be used, so please use it if you really need to, and don't let anyone scare you away from using it. When you come out of vacation mode, your gigs will be put back, and you shouldn't see a huge decrease in exposure when you return, unless you've been gone for a very long amount of time. But of course, you can always rebuild your gigs back up. It's no biggie. If buyers utilise too many revisions, will my metrics be impacted? No. Revisions are encouraged. Fiverr wants you to deliver your best work, and they want their buyers to leave the platform happy with the work they've received. So if your buyer has a revision, work with them and make the final product great. Fiverr won't punish you for having revisions. A gig's URL impacts the ranking of the gig. Nope, doesn't affect it in any way. Reporting gigs that are copied or don't comply with Fiverr's terms of service is encouraged. Yes, Fiverr also relies on users to keep an eye out for those breaching the terms and making Fiverr worse for everyone else. Utilising all gig assets, such as having 3 packages, is converting. This one is very true. Using all assets, all functions on a gig, makes gigs succeed more. They convert better, and buyers are more likely to buy when they have access to more information. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that brings us to the end. That's all 15 myths that we have completely busted about Fiverr.com. Use these answers to your advantage to improve the way that you sell to people on Fiverr. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Thank you very much for being here until the end. If you've got any more questions about Fiverr at all whatsoever, leave a comment down below, and thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.